Hello everyone, welcome to this reading for October 2021. To all those who are returning, welcome back, and to all those who are new, welcome. I'm Pabby and it's really delightful to have you here at my reading. So as usual, I have three piles. The first pile is the Light Seers Tarot Deck with rose quartz on, and this will be a love reading for October 2021. The second pile is the Sharman-Caselli Deck with an Agate slice on, and this will be a general reading for October 2021. Pile 3 is the Rider Waite Tarot, and this has a Citrine point on and will be a career, finance, life path reading for October 2021. Now feel free to watch all of these piles or just pick the one that resonates with you the most. Once you've picked your pile, check out the timestamps below and I will see you there. Welcome pile 1 to your love reading for October 2021. Now, as you can see, I have pulled these cards already for you. I haven't looked at them, so I'm going to look at them now. I'm going to start with the tarot. Okay. So the general reading, the general energy for this reading, is the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is a really good sign to see in a love reading. It's somebody who's very emotional and romantic, and it's a sign of love. But sometimes she can get a little bit too internal and too about her emotions. I'm saying her because it's a queen, but this is not gendered. And from this reading, I think that might be happening for you in the month of October. So you've got the Knight of Swords in reverse, the Ten of Wands, the Three of Cups in reverse, the Knight of Wands in reverse, the Six of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. So at the beginning of October, things are going to be moving very slowly. They'll almost be stopped. So the Knight of Wands is normally a card of great speed and action. But when it comes to your love life, it's almost going to be like nothing is happening and you're probably a little bit fed up. And then this Queen of Cups energy, you'll probably be really in your emotions about this as well. And that's compounded by the Ten of Wands. So maybe this sort of lack of anything happening will make you explore some of your baggage from previous relationships, and it might be quite a difficult first part of October 2021. And then moving into the middle of October, you've got the Three of Cups in reverse, which means you're going to feel quite lonely, or you don't really want to be around people. There's a real sense of this sort of baggage you've been addressing will sort of make you just kind of want to. I'm surprised I don't see the Hermit because it feels very Hermit vibes, but you're just not going to want to see people. And also the Knight of Wands is usually a card of sort of inspiration and joy and partying and fun, and actually that's not going to be what happens for you for October. You're going to be quite in your own emotions, emotion focused, maybe a bit serious, but quite isolated and dealing with your stuff. However, at the end of October, you're going to get some sort of material gift. You're going to have a new beginning, a new start. It might be new money, new job, and that's going to make you feel nostalgic. And I think when it comes to your love life, this could be something very practical. So you might sort of download a new dating app, or you might start something new which gives you the opportunity to meet new love that reminds you of your past. So you might be feeling quite nostalgic. Maybe it's an ex reconnecting with you. Something very tangible is going to come in. So it's a new person, a new message. It could be a text message. It could be somebody from your past comes in at the end of October, and I think you're going to be quite happy about this. So after the slightly turbulent beginning of October, actually I think all this sort of soul seeking, and spending time on your own is really going to help you. Yes, it might be a little bit difficult, but actually I think you can handle it. You're the Queen of Cups. You can handle emotions. You can handle deep emotions. And this is not going to be easy for you because going through and kind of addressing our baggage, our past is quite difficult, but actually I think you're kind of going to breeze through it, and maybe you just need this sort of space in October to recharge when it comes to love. You need almost to have nothing going on in your love life just to go and take stock, and then you'll be much more receptive to whatever is coming at the end of October. Interesting. Oh, I'm excited for you. It feels there's a real sort of like peacefulness and tranquility to this, which means you're kind of not going to be too in your head. It's not like a real heartbreaking trauma trawling through. It's just you're kind of gonna spend some time on your own and deal with your emotions and deal with things, and you're gonna actually quite enjoy being solitary. I wonder if you've actually been quite sociable in the months coming up to October, and you're kind of a bit fed up and you go, okay, right, I just need a bit of calm. I need to be with my emotions. This is really lovely. And I think with the Queen of Cups there, it could be that this gift could be a water sign. Somebody could be coming in who's a water sign for you, or an ex could be a water sign who could be reconnecting. But there's definitely a sense of positivity for new connection in love by the end of October. I have some oracle cards as well, and I will pull these for you. Yes, exactly. So you've got diligence for the beginning of the month, you've got community for the middle of the month, and you've got relaxation for the end of the month. Okay, so diligence, I think you are going to be working quite hard. I think it could be that your work is taking over. This is obviously a love reading, so it's not coming through very strongly. It's just telling me what is happening in your love life. But I think you're going to be quite diligent at something else other than love at the beginning of October. Your priorities are going to shift. And it's going to inadvertently probably give you this space, and this pause on your love life is actually going to be really nice, because then you've got the community card over the Three of Cups and the Knight of Wands. And this is exactly kind of what the Three of Cups would be upright. So I wonder if you're maybe reevaluating how you meet love. If you're attached, you might be evaluating friendship groups you have with a partner. So actually you might want to stop being sociable and stop being out there and actually just reconnect again with the love of your life and your partner. And then at the end of the month, you've got relaxation, which is really lovely. And I think whatever this gift is, all this sort of diligent hard work, this reevaluating, this sort of introspective stopping in your love life, you're going to be able to relax about your love life again. And because you've done this hard work, it's going to be really wonderful. The community card, I think I'm going to need some clarity on this because it is a bit confusing when the Knight of Wands and the Three of Cups are reversed. So I'm going to have a look at the crystal cards for you as well. Okay, so you've got Angel Aura Quartz lighten up at the beginning of October. Yes, so I'm not interpreting this in the way it usually means. This is about lightening your load. It's exactly what I was saying about kind of emotional purging, dealing with some of your baggage. You need to lighten your emotional load when it comes to love. And this pause and being diligent about this will really help you open up more to love. And then in the middle of October, obviously, you're going to have to soothe yourself, because this is sometimes quite difficult, this lightening your load, this addressing your baggage. And I think you're going to soothe your soul by finding new communities. So this makes sense. So the Three of Cups and the Knight of Wands, how you were behaving normally, your friendship groups, the groups of people you surround yourself with aren't helping you find love. And I think you might be looking for a new hobby, a new community that really connects with you on a kind of soul level, on a deep soul level, that actually will probably be where your gift of love comes from, or at least it will kind of help you release some of this baggage and some of this difficulty around your love life. So keep an eye out for new hobbies, new groups of people that really that relax you and really help you sort of chill, is the kind of energy I'm getting. And then at the end of the month, you've got Detox Your Life. So this is interesting, Shungite, because this is kind of what the whole month has been building up to, this detoxing of your emotions and baggage regarding love. So I think you're going to, weirdly, the way to detox is to relax, because I think you've previously done all the hard work. This is kind of just saying, right, this is the last step now. You need to kind of, you really are going to be ridding yourself quite quickly of some of these emotional ties and emotional baggages that you have around love. It's really nice, actually. You've got quite a good month of October when it comes to love, but just be wary that things might feel halted, and you're going to be very in your emotions around the first to mid October might be a little bit difficult, but then you're going to come out the other side sort of cleansed and detoxed and feeling much more relaxed about love, which I think you need. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I do actually have a lot of other love readings that I've done previously, including some about your soulmate, so check out the links below. But it's always wonderful to hear what you think, so please get in contact and comment or email me if this resonates. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful month of October. Goodbye. Welcome pile 2 to your general reading for the month of October 2021. As you can see, I've already drawn some cards for you. I've got some tarot cards and some oracle cards. I'm going to get straight into it and have a look at what the tarot cards say is coming up for you in October. Okay, so you have the Knight of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, the Chariot in reverse, the Moon, the Hanged Man in reverse, and the Four of Cups in reverse. This is interesting. It's almost the reverse of the love reading. So if you're watching both, this will definitely resonate with you. And if you haven't watched the love reading, watch it. So at the beginning of your month is going to be focused on the material world and connecting with friends. So I wonder if, because we've been in COVID lockdowns and restrictions, I wonder if actually you're going to get some freedom. And this relates to the previous reading, because the previous reading says that things around your love life will slow down and almost stop at the beginning of the month. And this is where your priorities are. Your priorities are going to be reconnecting with friends and family, but also you're going to have some sort of new opportunity. And I do think this new opportunity in the material world is going to be a new opportunity to explore and to meet up with friends again, or meet new friends at the beginning of October. But then in mid-October, everything stops. So everything's very slow and you actually go into more of a reflective, maybe slightly mopey phase. It could be that you want to socialise more and things just aren't happening. So there's definitely a real halt in the middle of October generally. Whereas for love, it was the beginning. And this sort of mopey, reflective, slightly challenging mood, you might be a bit moody, is also kind of reflected in the Knight of Cups as well. I feel like you're going to be addressing your emotions, but the Knight of Cups as a sort of month as a whole is really positive. You're going to have some sort of new love. You're going to feel a little bit like you've been rescued, or emotionally you're going to feel like you've been given a gift, and this gift, I think, is stopping. This gift is connecting with friends and being open, and then stopping and reflecting and having a little bit of time on your own to address things. And then you've got the Hangman and the Four of Cups in reverse, which makes me think, so your moon period of reflection is also going to be maybe not something in your control. So the Hangman in reverse, I'm interpreting and getting the message that this is, the Hangman has passed by the end of October. So I think with the moon, you're kind of going through a hangman phase of almost being forced to stop and reflect even when you don't want to. But the positive of all this is you come out the other side, and at the end of October, that Four of Cups in reverse is saying that all of the things you were sort of mournful of and sad about and just feeling a bit fed up, that's going to lift. You're going to lift yourself out of something that you were quite fed up about, and I feel like this has been going on for quite a long time. So overall in October, this sort of emotional gift you're going to have from the Knight of Cups is this release of something. By the end of October, you're going to have maybe a little bit of a challenging month, mid-October to sort of near towards the end, but the positive of this, the outcome of this, is that it's going to really lift you out of something that's been keeping you a bit stuck, I'm getting. Yeah, like there is something that's kind of been playing on your mind and you're just a bit fed up about, but this sort of period of reflection and being forced to stop is really going to help. I wonder if you get sick, like I wonder if you have a little bit of a cold or something really minor that forces you to stop socializing and you're really annoyed about it, but actually your body really needs to rest. I feel like this is a time of resting that's inadvertently going to give you this gift of emotional clarity and just emotional cleansing. Overall a positive month, but just be wary for being sick in the middle of October, but also like being forced to stop. But enjoy the beginning, enjoy the social gifts you've been given at the beginning of the month. I have some oracle cards for you, so I'll have a look at what these say too. Yep, so you've got focus, power and blessings. Right, so this is a real message of please focus on your material world, but your relationships with people. Not necessarily romantic, more like friendships and communities, but really focus on these at the beginning of October, because I think by mid-October, the power card, I wonder if you might be back. I'm not sure where in the world you live or what COVID's like, but there might be restrictions again on your movements and you might not be able to go out or do anything. Now this could be because you're sick, or it could be because of something else. It could be there's a reason why you can't be sociable, and it's going to be really annoying. So it's saying make the most of the beginning of October for sort of social aspects, but just be wary that this power, there's something outside of you more powerful than you that's going to halt you and cause you to go into this sort of slightly grumpy, fed up, but emotionally cleansing phase. And then the end of October, you've got blessings, exactly. So weirdly, this sort of frustration you're going to feel in the middle of October about this power shift, about this sort of dynamic, is going to lift, and it's going to be such a blessing. And you're going to look back on this and go, wow, I didn't realise how much I needed that. And I think you need the rest. I think you're going to be forced to rest, and you're not going to like it, and you might be a bit stubborn, and then you're going to go, oh my goodness, did I need that? And we do that sometimes, don't we? Especially with work, we think we're too busy in life and work to kind of to stop and do anything else, when actually it's exactly what our body needs. Now I did pull another another oracle card came out of the deck for you to give you an overall energy, which doesn't normally happen, but you've got protection in the month of October. And this is really interesting. So I think this emotional gift of the Knight of Cups will be very protective. And again, it cements this sort of, the power that's coming in is something to protect us, protect you. It might be a collective message that we might get more lockdowns again in mid-October, so just be wary of that. But also it's for your highest good, and it's actually going to be a real blessing. So this protective, whatever this stoppage is in mid-October, is actually going to be for our highest good and to protect us. Finally, I have some crystal cards which will help clarify a little bit more. Okay, so this is great. So you have Golden Healer Quartz, open the door. Yes, so you need to open the door and focus on your social life hugely in the beginning of October. You need to let people back in again. But then Rhodochrosite saying remember your worth. When you're going through this halting, it could be maybe you fall out with one of these friends. Something is going to happen that's going to be outside of your control, but it's going to help you remember your value. So maybe someone mistreats you, or maybe something just, people are taking advantage, and actually this could be where the power comes in, and actually you are gonna stand up and say no, like I'm worth way more than this. I'm not worth this mistreatment. And then what these blessings are, and what this hangman sort of thing is, you're actually going to reignite with your boundaries, which is great by the end of October to kind of have your boundaries set. It's really hard to kind of be boundaried sometimes. And there's a fantastic book by Michelle Elman called, what's it called? The Joy of Being Selfish. And I'll link that below. But this is all about boundaries, and give that a read, because if that's what you're sort of cleansing in the month of October, is how to be more boundaried, how to understand your boundaries and articulate them, it's going to be very protective overall. And the Knight of Cups and protection, they just show that this is a real emotional protective gift. So it feels like a kind of soul-searching month, focusing on your emotions, but having a social element at the beginning. Just be wary of mid-October, these sorts of power shifts, but remember your value and your worth, because you are awesome and you are worth the world. And coming outside of this, you're going to have the blessing of understanding and articulating your boundaries. Maybe you aren't very good at articulating your boundaries, but actually October is going to be the month where you finally kind of get it, where you're able to do it and you don't feel shame. This is the thing, is you don't feel any of that sort of guilt or shame that sometimes comes with setting boundaries. It's going to be such a blessing, because you're just going to set the boundaries and it's all going to be okay. And these boundaries are going to protect you, and they're going to be such a lovely gift. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I do have lots of other readings coming up, so please subscribe if you're interested in those. Also, please comment if this resonates. I'd really love to hear how your October was. I hope you have a really, really wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Goodbye. Welcome pile 3 to your career, finance and life path reading for October 2021. As you can see, I've already pulled some cards for you, and I'm going to start with the tarot and see what that says. Okay. So the beginning of the month, I think that you're going to be very in your head about something. I think you're going to feel, there's this feeling of stealing someone else's ideas, and you might feel guilty about it. I'm not sure if you've done this previously, and you've got away with it, but I think it's something very minor. I think you might be, I don't want to say making up, but I think you feel like you've stolen someone else's ideas or betrayed someone, and you haven't. And at the beginning of the month, you're going to feel horrendous guilt about something that's kind of all in your head. You're going to feel like, I wonder if it's that you get promoted over somebody else, or you succeed over somebody else, like a friend, a work colleague. There's some competition with a work colleague here, and you feel like you've stolen something off them. But I'm here to tell you that's not true. So at the beginning of October, when you have these sorts of real fears and doubts, and kind of struggle with this mentally, it's not true. You really haven't, you really haven't done anything wrong in this situation. And the reason I know that is because you've got the Ace of Cups, the Page of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and the Empress, but they're all in reverse for the rest of the month. So I think this feeling, these thoughts are gonna, unfortunately, you're not going to resolve them by the end of October. I think they're going to stay with you for a little bit, but you're going to have all of this other stuff going on, but kind of going to be a little bit sidetracked by these thoughts. So just be wary at the beginning of October when you feel in a work context that kind of you've been bad to someone else, because you haven't, and it's going to stop you from fully enjoying the rest of your month, which looks amazing. So it's a bit strange to have 4 cards in reverse like this, and I do think that kind of your experience of these lovely things that are coming are going to be slightly coloured by this guilt. So just be a bit wary of kind of, you're not in the wrong, you shouldn't feel guilty, please don't let it ruin the rest of your month. Not that will happen. I think it's just a possibility that it might happen if you don't address it. But Pabby is here to tell you that you haven't done anything wrong. You really haven't. So you've got the Ace of Cups in reverse and the Page of Wands for the middle of the month. So there is some sort of emotional gift coming in for you and a messenger of ideas. So I feel like you're going to get some sort of inspirational idea about work or career or finances that's actually really unrelated to your job that you're doing at the moment. There's a real sense that this is a kind of emotional inspiration. Bit of a weird one. So maybe you kind of get inspired to write a memoir or like an autobiography is kind of what I'm imagining, like, or just a blog about your experiences. But there's definitely something here that's like a gift of inspiration that's a really good idea. But it comes from a kind of emotional place. So it's actually you're going to capitalize, and you're going to have an idea about something to do with your life and something to do with you. And it's independent from your career, because your career is, I think, and what your job is definitely this feeling like you've stolen something from someone else. But I wonder if the blockages here are also about the fact that maybe you don't have time to do a side hustle, like you have this really, really good idea and it really makes you feel fantastic. It's absolutely like inspired action here. And it could give you everything you ever wanted. Like it could give you, so you've got the Empress at the end of October. So this idea really could give you sort of security, and it's basically like the fruits of your labor and like harvest and abundance. It could give you that, but you are just a bit wary of it. I wonder if you're jaded from the experience at the beginning of the month, but you're also, it's not your primary job, and it's always a bit of a risk. So this feels like something that's a bit of a risk that's coming in. And then by the end of October, this thing that's a risk will transition to the Knight of Wands. So you can't ignore this now by the end of the month. You try to in the middle of the month, but you cannot ignore this. And I think you're able to see as well what kind of the result of this could be. And that is like real abundance, sort of harvesting the fruits of your labor. Not necessarily financial, but there's going to be something, maybe it's a promotion, maybe it's progression, maybe it's recognition, but there's going to be such a wonderful, really satisfying potential of this idea that's coming. And I kind of feel like you are going to still be ignoring it by the end of October. So something might come up in your November reading when I do that one. But I think you're not going to have resolved it or actioned it or decided to do it by the end of October, but it's becoming an idea that you just cannot ignore anymore. And I'm here to tell you it's a really good idea. and it's going to distract you a lot from kind of the work events that are going on in your actual and your kind of day-to-day job that brings in the money. Okay, so I'm going to turn over these oracle cards, and see what they say. Yep, so you have wonders on the first part, the swords in the first part of your month, which is a little bit perplexing. I always find this wonders card comes out at things that's really not intuitive to come out at. So I wonder if this is talking about the block again. This block about whatever's happened or whatever you feel you've done, or someone else has done to you maybe, but it's blocking your kind of ability to create and ability to see the wonder of the world. And what comes from seeing wonders of the world and kind of seeing the world's power are fantastic creative ideas. And exactly what I said about you're going to carry this blockage through with you in October if you're not careful. But then you've got, in middle of October, taking risks, and at the end you've got new beginnings. Exactly, this is quite a risky thing, a risky idea you've had, but it is gonna be the most spectacular new beginning for you. And I think it might be quite challenging because I feel like the universe is going to be screaming this at you. You're not going to be able to stop thinking about whatever this new idea is you've had. I feel like for some people it's writing. I feel like for some people it could be doing YouTube or social media, or some people it could be starting a club. I'm getting a new fitness club for someone who's watching this. There's definitely some sort of inspired action that the universe is going, come on, take this risk. It's going to have the most amazing new beginning. And I'm not sure yet whether you'll take it. I think it's up to you, but it's a really lovely, but I feel like you're going to be pestered. You're going to see a lot of your signs. I don't know if you have any, but it might be quite a good idea now to kind of communicate with the universe and say, okay, if I see frogs, it's a sign from you. So mine is like birds of prey, and they come up all the time, and I've had a couple of incidents where they fly right alongside my car sometimes. And I see that as like persistently like, come on, we're trying to tell you something and you're not listening. So if you haven't got any already, decide what your sign is. Maybe it'll be birds of prey for you because it's on that card. But definitely communicate that and keep an eye out for those in the middle of October. They're going to be pushing you towards it. And I think you really want to do this deep down, but maybe you've got imposter syndrome now. Maybe this is it. Maybe the beginning of the month is just a really, really difficult time with imposter syndrome, because the Seven of Swords can be sort of, I'm taking things I don't deserve, and kind of, I'm in a job I don't deserve. I'm in a career that I'm not good enough for. They're going to find me out. Which, I know that pain very well. So, this could be talking to me as well as you in this general reading. But I think imposter syndrome will stop you from taking risks on something that's really, really, really good for you and really inspired, and will give you that sort of new beginnings and Empress energy. I also have some crystal cards, so I'm going to turn these over and see what they say. Okay, so you have Blue Lace Agate, Find Your Calm. Yeah, I think this sort of really in your head swords imposter syndrome feeling that you're going to be going through is going to be really stressful, and I don't think you're going to be very calm, and you're going to be blocking seeing the wonder. So this is about finding your calm, and I think Wonders now is telling you to kind of try and see the wonder in the world. So if you've ever been really stressed, and it happens to me sometimes, when you just see the most amazingly beautiful flower if you're on a walk, or if you're sort of at nighttime, if you happen to look at the stars on a really clear night, it kind of like takes your breath away by just how beautiful the world can be. And I think this is telling you need to feel a little bit more awe, and finding your calm is reconnect with finding awe in things. Remember back when you were a child and things would just, the most small sort of insignificant things to us as adults would just be unbelievably magical. So things like dandelions, those sorts of seeds, the clumps of seeds that you blow on and they kind of distribute away. Like, children are obsessed with those, and they see the joy and beauty and the wonder in everything. And I think this is going to help you calm your thoughts at the beginning of October. And then you've got appetite, get out of your comfort zone. Yeah, this again, taking risks. This idea that's kind of a side hustle related to kind of your emotional creativity. yeah, I'm sorry to tell you, but the universe is going to be pushing you and you're not going to like it necessarily. It's not going to be that comfortable and it's going to feel like a risk, and you're kind of, it's going to be difficult at the, positively difficult, if that makes sense. This is a challenge that obviously like you're going to really want to do, but it's just about finding that balance and understanding how to fit it into your life, or whether you can make such drastic changes to pursue this new thing. And then at the end of October, you've got Ignite Your Passion. So at the moment, you're not working in something you're passionate about, but whatever this idea or emotional gift is, you're being told to pursue it because it's what you're really passionate about, and it will be really clear what it is. Kind of a lightning bulb moment that almost you can't not take the risk because it's what you're passionate about. And I think there's this sense of like submitting at the end of October and going, okay, I have to do this. I can't not do this because it's the thing I am most passionate about in the whole world. And it's really exciting for you career-wise. This is really interesting, this reading, and I can't wait to see what November says as well when I do that, because I feel like it might build on this, whatever this idea is. The energy feels, wow, it feels really expansive, and I've got to tell you, this is a really good idea. This is a really good thing that you're pursuing. I've had a few moments in my personal life, in my career and my job and doing this channel, that have been those sorts of lightning bolt moments of, oh my goodness, I'm going to do this. And there's a few things that I have never regretted and never looked back from, because they've been so transformative and given me such fantastic new beginnings that I'm passionate about. And I have that same feeling about this for you guys. So I'm really excited for you to get this kind of gift, especially after sort of the turbulence of the beginning of October. I really hope you've enjoyed this reading. Please comment and please email me, because I love to hear from you. My email address is in the description and I try to reply to everybody. And I understand that sometimes commenting, you don't want to comment personal things. So please let me know and I'll try and get back to you if you've liked this. And keep an eye out for the November 2021 reading for this pile. Absolutely, you need to watch that to see what happens with this fantastic, amazing idea. To do that, subscribe and you'll definitely get notified when I have that reading and that's up. But I will be doing some more career related and money related readings as well. So if you subscribe, you'll get to see those too. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope you have a wonderful month of October. Goodbye.